Hello guys, do you know about the history of Hamas? How did it come to be? Welcome to our channel. Please like the video, and if you are new in this channel, subscribe the channel for more informative videos. Our journey begins in December 1987, amid the turmoil of the First Intifada. This was a time of uprising, a time when Palestinians rallied against Israeli occupation in the West Bank and Gaza Strip. It was in this period of unrest and resistance that Hamas, or the Islamic Resistance Movement, was formed. The founding fathers of Hamas were no ordinary men. They were individuals like Sheikh Ahmed Yassin and other Palestinian militants who were deeply affiliated with the Muslim Brotherhood. They came together with a shared vision, a dream of Palestinian nationalism and resistance against Israeli occupation. Their goal, to establish an Islamic state in historic Palestine, rejecting any recognition of Israel's right to exist. Thus, Hamas was born out of the turbulence of the First Intifada, with a vision rooted in Palestinian nationalism and Islamic principles. But what does Hamas stand for? And what did they do in their early years? You might ask. Well, Hamas is an Islamist organization with a core belief in Palestinian nationalism. Their ideology is rooted in the resistance against Israeli occupation, and they have a steadfast goal to establish an Islamic state in historic Palestine. They reject any recognition of Israel's right to exist. In their infancy, Hamas was known not just for their armed resistance against Israeli occupation, but also for their social services. They managed schools, hospitals, and charities, providing much-needed aid in areas where the Palestinian Authority had difficulty operating. This dual approach of resistance and public service helped Hamas gain popularity among Palestinians. Hamas made a name for itself by providing essential services where the Palestinian Authority struggled and by resisting Israeli occupation through an armed struggle. Hamas's armed struggle and political participation have been defining aspects of its existence. But at what cost? The group has carried out numerous attacks, including suicide bombings, rocket attacks, and kidnappings, targeting both Israeli military personnel and civilians. These actions resulted in significant casualties on both sides and were met with widespread international condemnation. Despite its militant activities, Hamas also showed a willingness to participate in the political process. In 2006, the group took part in Palestinian legislative elections, securing a majority of seats in the Palestinian Legislative Council. This unexpected victory ignited a power struggle with the Palestinian Authority, then controlled by the rival Fatah party. The tension escalated, leading to a split within the Palestinian territories. The West Bank fell under the control of Fatah, while Hamas took charge in Gaza. The electoral victory of Hamas led to a deep division within Palestinian territories, with the West Bank and Gaza falling under separate administrations. 2007 was a pivotal year for Hamas. But why? This was the year Hamas wrestled control of the Gaza Strip from the Palestinian Authority in a series of violent clashes. The fallout was a lasting division between the West Bank and Gaza, each with a separate government. With Hamas at the helm, Gaza was soon enveloped by an Israeli blockade, a stringent measure aimed at curtailing the activities of Hamas. This blockade, however, had far-reaching implications for the civilian population, severely affecting living conditions and access to vital resources. In the years following the Gaza takeover, the region witnessed recurring military conflicts with Israel. Notable among these were the Gaza War of 2008 to 2009, the 2012 Gaza conflict, and the 2014 Gaza War. These conflicts resulted in significant civilian casualties and extensive damage to the infrastructure. Under Hamas, Gaza has faced severe challenges, including a stringent blockade and recurring military conflicts. Hamas's activities have not gone unnoticed on the global stage. So how does the world view Hamas? A number of countries, including Israel, the United States, and the European Union, label Hamas as a terrorist organization. This international designation limits Hamas's ability to engage diplomatically and receive broad recognition. But it's not all conflict and discord. Over the years, there have been numerous attempts at ceasefire agreements and reconciliation efforts between Hamas and Fatah, the rival Palestinian party. However, a durable unity government remains elusive, largely due to ongoing disagreements and power struggles. As for recent developments, it's key to keep in mind that the situation is fluid. The dynamics of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict continue to evolve, and so does the role of Hamas. The history of Hamas is a complex one, shaped by regional conflict and internal politics. Its actions continue to have profound implications for the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and peace efforts in the Middle East.